Oh, yeah.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Just locks you in. Having a theme song just makes it like, all right, we're at work now.
Intro and outro.
It just kind of reminds me I've worked at TSN. Like, how old would it be, like, if you worked at TSN for, like, 10 years? Like, how many times do you want to cover the Leafs blowing a lead or covering the Leafs losing the playoffs or covering the Blue Jays losing? Like, but every night, if I could, I would request, can you put that TSN theme song through my headset? So when it's like, I'd be like, all right, sports
let's
time.
Go.
Let's fucking talk sports.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about sports.
Sports. But yeah, that's what the theme song kind of gets you, like, ready to rap.
Yeah, and it can stay with you too.
Yeah.
Like some of those things that just like lock in.
Yeah.
And as you know, like that happens often for me.
Yeah, you're saying.
Why, just this week,
Yeah.
I've got one locked in. And it's just been on replay over and over. So, and I never get sick of it, and it makes me laugh every time. So I've just been laughing to myself all week. But have you ever seen the movie The Other Guys with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah, one time, like when it came out. So I can't really say I've got it word for word. I can tell you.
Fair enough. Me neither.
Yeah.
And I've never seen it in its entirety at all.
Okay.
But it's when they go to Will Ferrell's ex's place with her and her new husband.
Okay.
And Mark Wahlberg, her name is Christina, and Mark Wahlberg calls her Christine by accident.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, it's Christina, you idiot.
You idiot.
And her husband, who's way overcompensating, goes, it's Christina. You come into my home, you got my wife's name right. Christina. So it's just been me saying that entire phrase like over and over and over again. You come into my home, you got my wife's name right.
Isn't it weird how like the most random shit like hooks into your brain? Like, why is that stuck in your head? Like, other than the fact that we've already discussed, there's a lot going on up here.
Oh, yeah.
But it happens to everyone. You'll have some stupid shit in your head. Like, it's the worst when you're like walking around at like work or something like that. You start giggling at something in your head. It's like, don't ask why, I just laughed. It ain't worth me to explain it to you.
I get called out all the time for laughing at myself. And I forget where I was, but I was definitely voted most likely to survive solitary confinement and come out just fine.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to entertain myself for the whole time.
Yeah. Just do.
Yes. Like, and if it was a jail, like some guard will be walking by, they'll just hear, Christina!
They'll put you in the padded rooms after a while.
Well, I mean, it'll be softer in
Cozy,
there.
Yeah. It'd be easier, actually.
Yeah.
Like, put me there.
Yeah, exactly.
Put me there.
Get me out of all this disgusting concrete.
Yeah, they hand you like your little shot glass full of pills. Take your pills.
Okay.
All right.
Oh my God.
Don't have to ask me twice.
Again, yeah, I've always wanted to be like one of those pill popping like 60s, 70s moms. Like, oh, they had it made. I've always wanted to be like married to some like rich guy who's never home. We live in this giant mansion. I've got a luxurious pill problem, you know, like Lucille Booth from Arrested Development.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That show's hilarious.
Right up there. Like, I just want to be so rich with a husband who's just whatever. And I'm at the country club with my pills and yells.
That's what I used to call the house we lived in Maryhill, the Bluth home.
Yeah.
Because everything was like cheap and chintzy as fucking shit. Remember they lived in the model home and it was such like trash? I used to tell everyone, yeah, this is the Bluth home. Did you ever go to that house in Maryhill?
Like,
at Maryhill, you ever visit us there? Ever like stop in for something there?
Like, you, not as a kid, but like as an adult, like your Maryhill home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Bluth home.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything was like trash as fuck. It was hilarious. I used to refer to it as like a trailer. You know, I tell people I lived in a trailer. Like, technically it wasn't, but it might as well have been. It's the same shape, same size, but like cheap build. But technically it had a foundation and a basement and all that shit, but like it was like,
I do remember that. It was
a trailer.
Yeah. low quality
Blue
flooring
home.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
everything
Yeah.
was like pretend to look nice, but nothing was nice. When we moved out of that place, the ceiling cracked like right down like the middle of like
No
the main living room.
way.
Like a week after we left, like my brother said, he's like, "Yeah, the people moved in. Now the fucking shit's falling apart." I was like, "Well, yeah, I knew that when I lived there." I was like, "This place lives for 10 years tops." Like,
Oh, wow.
it's trash. So it's going on 10 years now, actually. So I wonder what it's like in there. It's still standing.
Maybe a little rough.
Might be a bit rough.
Might be a bit rough indeed.
Fuck.
Well, so last week we were talking about, Sap Fest,
Mhm.
and that's a real small town tradition around here.
Small town affair.
Yeah. And the other day, was chatting with some girlfriends, and the one, she didn't grow up in a small town, like she's a city girl.
Yeah.
And she commented, or I forget how we got on the topic, but we were talking about like small town etiquette.
Yeah.
And those who are from a small town know what I'm talking about. Because she talked about how everybody says hi to one another, and we all agreed, like, yeah.
You do.
She goes like, what's that about? And we're like, it's small town etiquette.
Yeah.
So if you go to an event or like the local bar or like a dance or whatever, you have to say hi to everyone you know.
Yeah.
Everyone. And even if you don't like them, you have to say hi to them because it's small town etiquette.
Yeah.
Now, how close you are to that person is how long you speak to them for. Like if you're real tight and you're friends, you're going to say hi, it's going to be exciting, there's going to be a hug, you're going to chit chat, you might get a shot, like you might get a drink,
Oh, yeah.
all that other stuff. Like acquaintances, it's hey, maybe a little chit chat, maybe a shot, maybe. But then again, like that's it. But if you're doing your highs and you run up on somebody that you don't like, you're saying hi and you're keeping it moving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And so she's like, well, what is that about? And if you don't say hi, like you're saying something.
Yeah.
Like you're starting shit.
He's starting shit.
Yeah. If you know someone in a small town and you don't say the obligatory hi or acknowledgement or whatever, you're saying something. Oh, it's like that. Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you gotta just like, you either have to take that stance or that other person, even though you know them, you know that you're not going to say hi.
Yeah.
Because like you've already established that you don't fuck with each other.
So you're talking like grocery store, or are you talking like
Literally
Stack and
anywhere.
dough, fucking
All of it.
everywhere
All
you
of it.
go.
Picking up your kids
Yeah.
from school, grocery store,
Yeah.
social events.
Yeah.
Like your kids play on the same fucking soccer team, baseball team, whatever. You're saying hi. You're chit-chatting a bit.
Yeah.
And yeah. Yeah, so and even if you don't like them or whatever, because if you don't, like you're saying something.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can take time out of your day not to say something to somebody and say a whole lot.
Yeah.
Because we've also all been there.
Yeah.
Like something happens and you haven't seen that person and then you do. And they're like, oh, hey, hi, how's it going?
Right.
And even if you do talk to them, sometimes you're like, yeah, good.
Yeah. Good.
Good. And you just like fucking stare at them or whatever. Or you just call it out right away. Like,
Yeah.
well, actually, it's not good because of X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, motherfucker.
So,
Yeah.
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 So if you don't do that obligatory hi, you fucking starting something.
Yeah.
But there are like varying degrees of how much you say hi, but you have to say hi to everybody or else if you don't get to them, they might think that you're saying something, even though you've just simply run out of time or you got distracted or you got something else going on.
That's it.
That's all. Yeah.
Because that's the thing too, right? Like
It is a thing.
to being friendly to everyone in their small town, you can like just have shit to do. But like, fuck, you don't want to be a dick. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because it can make a small trip that's supposed to be like, I'm just going to run down to the corner store to grab something, turn into a 15, 20 minute or...
The biggest one I've ever had, one item, 45 minutes.
Fuck that.
Yep. Went to the grocery store. Went in for milk. One item. Took me 45 minutes.
You're too nice, eh?
Well, and I know a lot of people. And
fuck.
you know, like you grow up in a small town and you live there your whole life and your parents are from town too.
Yeah.
And like my parents worked at a very popular place and so did almost like a lot of everybody else's parents.
They all know each other. Yeah.
And then we all go to school together. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I am too nice. Like I could never just like.
Oh no, me neither. I have a hard time with that, Janine. Actually, like we have a neighbor who lives down the street from us, a couple houses down, old lady, probably losing it. Seems to have lost it to me. Lives by herself, but this chick, if she gets you looped into a conversation, you are fucked. Like you are now in it for way too long.
You know that you're going to be here for a bit.
People like avoid her. Like they'll change sides of the street when they're walking because she lives on like a pretty busy section of the road and she's catching everyone. She's got the net out, right? Like she's ready.
Sitting on the front lawn.
And like, I get it. She's old, by herself, lonely. You'd want to talk to anyone. But what she doesn't understand is everyone else has other things to do. And she will sit there and just go and go and go and go.
Away.
Oh my fuck. I've been caught in it so many times. I'll try to walk the dog and she'll snag me. But like I've learned over the years, you got to just be short with her. It took me a while to get there though. I used to get like Janine used to be like, you gotta tell her to stop. Like there's been times where she'd come out and save me. I'd be on the corner with Hannah trying to carry on with my day, and this chick,
she's got you,
gets me, and I'm like, I'm a nice guy, right? Like okay, I'll say hi, right?
Yeah, you'll talk to anybody.
No big deal.
No big deal. Yeah. It's
but again,
no big deal. Small town.
It's gonna get me into another fucking side quest here. So this chick, call her a chick. She's like, this lady, this ma'am is appropriate. Comes to, like, she has, so where I live, we've got like the mail gets messed up all the time. GPS can't get you here. Mailman can't figure it out unless he's a regular mailman. Amazon, fuck, who knows?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's one of those spots where you may get your mail, you may not, but you would know who's going to get your mail, your neighbor. One of three places. They always fuck it up to either of those places.
At least it's not on the other side, like how some streets are cut in the middle and they have the same numbers, but one is like south and one is north or east and west.
And that would fuck them up, right? So
that's awful.
Kind of like that though. So we get a lot of that bullshit. And so this chick, this ma'am, she keeps coming over. She's like, I got your mail again. You need to tell the place that you get your mail from that the address is this. You need to put a note in their system. Whoever delivers to you, you need to tell them. I'm like, lady, it's Amazon. It's like some subcontractor. They don't know.
Yeah.
Nor do they give a fuck. Is there a number to call? Not usually. If you call it, they'll be like, yeah, thanks for the tip, bud. Like, they're not going to tell the next different driver because they're not the same guy every day. So they're going to fuck it up. If it's a problem, it's going to be a problem. So I said, lady, I told them it's going to go nowhere. Relax. I get your mail. You get my mail.
Yeah.
Let it fucking go. She's like, well, you need to tell them. So one day, it's a winter day. And I've told her, and I told her that, and it's a thing. Like this lady I told you is batshit. She comes over one day knocking on my door. She's got my mail. I'm like, oh my God. Like I just finished explaining how this chick lady ma'am cannot understand social cues or timing. And I'm like, hey, oh fuck. I want my mail. It's cold outside. I'm like, so I can kind of maybe hope that she gets cold and leaves.
Yep.
Next step. I just came out of the shower. So the best I could do was undies. So I'm in my undies, straight kitchen it. Like straight kitchen. I go to my side door. This lady's there with my mail. I open the door just like, boom.
Hello, ma'am.
Can I help you? You know? Just like drawers out, like making it very clear. I'm not here for a long time. Not a good time. Right? Like this is not a trooper song.
No.
So she starts to give me the fucking gears about the fucking mail again. You need to tell whoever delivers your mail to get this right. And I said, listen, I have told them time and time again. And she continues to argue with me and then go on about other things. And then it's now that we kind of came to an agreement, but guess what? The conversation's not over. We're going to talk about, she's going to talk about all this other shit. I'm sitting here, my fucking wang's almost out. It's winter and I have the door open.
And you're probably elevated and she's
I am elevated. So I'm not sure if she just doesn't take social cues or if she was here to see something she hasn't.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. So I'm like, I tried
the show, man.
I tried the undies approach and she still didn't get it. So fast forward like a couple of years, Janine orders something off Temu or something, right?
Oh God.
And it got delivered like across fucking town. Like not even the same street, like across fucking town. So this lady, all right, so
she's involved again. Was she over at the other house?
No, it's different. I'm like, all right. Someone rings the doorbell. I open the curtain to see who it is, and it looks to be a lady. And I'm like, oh, this bitch again, right? I'm conveniently fresh out of the shower in my gitch yet again. So like, spoiler, if you come to my house and I don't know you're coming, or if I don't want you there, you might see my
might be,
you know, something like, you know.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm coming in my gitch.
So here. I go to open the door.
You're getting what?
I have my undies on again. And it's this lady from across town trying to be the best person ever, dropping off my package. She didn't have to do that, but she did. And she's like, does Janine live here? It like reminded me of like Workaholics when like the fucking what's his name? Blake knocks on Buddy's door with his dick out and his son opens the door and he's like, what is going on? He's like, is your dad home? You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. My God, she's like, does Janine live here? I was like, she does. Why? And I'm like in my undies again. And it's not like crazy, but it's like I was trying to trap this old lady again. But like, and she's just like, oh yeah, here you go. And it's like, can you imagine? It's like, oh jeez, I'm that guy.
Well, I mean, I've answered the door in my not full undies, but like I'm Winnie the Pooh in it. Like I've got my gitch on the bottom, but I've just got like a big t-shirt on.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've had yet another, she's not like an old lady, but an older lady.
Yeah, an
just
older
standing
lady.
there and I'm just in like this oversized t-shirt.
Yeah, here we are.
Yeah, here we are. Oh yeah, let's talk about this.
Get it, you know.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
But like I found out like my neighbor down the street won't even talk to this lady. Like she's like shut her down and like the people across the way are like, nah, I won't even. And like it's like I think I'm the only one that's like kind of gives her the time of day. But like there's been times where like she's crazy. Like she goes through our garbage and her recycling. Like she's
like that kind of.
She'll be out tomorrow morning. She'll be out there going through my shit. But like,
is she taking anything or just like looking?
Taking and leaving.
Oh, taking and leaving.
Sometimes she trades. Sometimes she trades. Like I'll all of a sudden be like, what the fuck is this? Like I didn't put that in there. But she'll take something and I'm like, hey, here you go. Because like my neighbor across the way has asked if she can use it because she lives by herself. She doesn't have a lot. She's like, from time to time, can I use yours? I'll just put mine in yours. Like, and then whatever. I was like, absolutely. Absolutely. That, awesome. Yes, you're my neighbor. No problem.
Yeah, no
this
problem.
Chick going through my garbage. We've like scared her off like a raccoon a couple times. I think. I think Janine has said something. I think like there's been times where like I'll be leaving for work and I'll just be like, oh my God, I'll just crank my stereo and just drive away. It's like this fucking raccoon's back in my garbage, right? But
oh my God,
that's my neighbor. Yeah,
old lady trash panda.
And more. I don't want to fucking say more because it'll blow her up. People will know exactly who she is if I said more.
Yeah.
Because I think everyone knows who I'm talking about if you're in Elmira.
Oh, wow.
I just don't want to blow her up.
No.
But she's got some stories I can tell. Like she just couldn't take the social cue of it's freezing fucking cold. I'm in my underwear.
Yeah, like aren't you
enjoy
cold,
the
man?
fucking show while we argue about my fucking mail again.
Yeah, and like, aren't you cold? Aren't you cold, ma'am? Because the other day, I saw all these fucking kids out on the playground or whatever when it was warm. Like some of them are in shorts, t-shirts, no coat, no nothing. I'm I'm thinking it is not that warm.
I did Wednesday.
It's not that warm.
I did it. Flip flops too.
Wow, good for you.
I went for it.
Yeah, you went for it. Good for you.
It's okay.
But the older I get, the more I'm more upset. You know, sometimes gals dress scantily clad, or they're in, shorts and a t-shirt. And I now understand what our parents were always like, oh my God, get a coat on. I'm not even offended on what you're wearing. It's like, get a coat on. I'm freezing looking
Yeah,
at
it's
you.
cold out. Yeah.
Freaking cold out. What are you doing?
But yeah, that was my connection to your small town saying hi to everyone. Like, I'm that sucker. Like, I don't want to be around suckers. We're nice people. I like to say hi to people. Hey, how's it going? How's it going?
I do
Sometimes,
too.
if I'm busy, fuck that. That sucks. But if I'm at the gym, headphones on, don't fucking talk to me. You know, shit like that.
Yeah.
There's times, but like, I try to be nice. I try to say hi to everyone because it's fun to see everyone. But
I
if
do
you're a
too.
crazy old lady going through my fucking trash and talking about mail,
Well,
you get it. That's when it's fucking.
there's a difference
you know?
between talking about your mail, being frustrated that your mail's being delivered to the wrong address, and straight up going through your recycling and garbage. And it's the swap for me.
Swap's weird, right?
Yeah, the swap is weird.
Yeah, but it's for real. Not once or twice. Like,
asking if she
happening.
can put a couple of items into other people's recycling bins because she doesn't generate a lot of waste. Totally fair. Totally normal.
What
you ever see those
Dana?
normal
What's
or not?
fucking normal about that? What is hard about you have a recycling bin, put it at the end of your driveway with all your 9 cans in, versus walking down the street and putting one in each person's fucking recycling bin?
See, I'm not talking about putting
That's
one
what she
in
does.
each recycling bin, but maybe it's too cumbersome and maybe it's too much for her, like the bin and all its contents.
All right.
But I'm not saying like it's normal that she's putting one thing. I'm saying it wouldn't be out of the ordinary of normal if you were somebody living on your own and not creating very much garbage, instead of lugging, and you're old as hell, instead of lugging the big blue bin down there.
Sure, whatever.
Okay, so it's way more of an obstacle for them than you and I.
Yeah.
And there's the added scare of like falling or something. So I get putting a couple things in a bag and just putting it in your neighbor's. Like, to me, that's not that outlandish of a thing. The outlandish part is putting one thing in this one, one thing in this one, and swapping. That's where I draw the line. But no, I don't think putting 1 or 2 items in your neighbor's
No, that's fine.
in your neighbor's recycling bin is just that weird or outlandish.
Yeah.
But it is you get this one, you get this one.
What the
fuck, I
right?
want this one for my blue bin.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
But it's also, it's awesome. Like,
yeah.
like,
yeah.
We got that kind of crazy here in this town, and that's what's awesome about it.
I'm pretty sure I talked about growing up and Rob and I mowing a neighbor's lawn.
Yeah.
And she was losing it. She was super sweet, but she thought I was a boy. And she had grilled hot dogs out on her lawn and raw chicken for the animals, for the birds, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for all the birds coming in eating fucking hot dogs.
Yeah. So, you're such a nice boy.
Oh, wow, Dana.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Well, probably because I was mowing the lawn.
Chick lady ma'am.
Yeah, chick lady ma'am. But she was definitely a ma'am. She always had a skirt suit on. She was always dressed to the nines, always had heels on.
Like Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, like very presidential, very first lady. She was always done up. I remember her making a fuss when the ambulance had to take her because she never makeup on or anything.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she was so adorable. But yeah, she started to lose it.
I don't have my face on.
Yeah, she started to lose it. So that's what would be on the lawn, which, ugh, gross. And yeah, you're such a nice boy, which I didn't think I was that fucking homely. I'm not boy homely. And you better be calling my brother a girl. There better be a swap or else my feelings are really going to be hurt. Yeah.
I guess he would be a pretty girl, wouldn't he?
Yeah. You're a pretty girl. Yeah.
Just kidding.
But yeah, I forget where we were going with that.
Who knows? We got into the crazy old people talk. But yeah,
We
just
did.
being polite can sometimes take you down a path.
It can. And do you know the other thing is that I've been guilty of being the time thief?
Sure.
Just chatting it away and all that. I feel bad, but I'm definitely a time thief like that. And when two of them get together, it's explosive.
It's explosive.
Or when you run into like your elders of the community.
Yeah.
You can't just like, it's one thing to like dodge somebody that is our age, be like, hey, I'm in a rush. Yeah, oh my God, no worries.
Yeah, so busy.
But a senior from the community, like,
You want to say hi?
Hi, Mrs. So-and-so.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You can't like get away from them as easy.
You gotta be respectful.
Yeah, you gotta be respectful.
Respect, you know?
Well,
they don't teach it as much, I don't think, these days.
Again, I feel like the respectful part is a huge part of small town etiquette. Yeah. It was really weird becoming an adult and working with people who were your classmates' parents.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Like, hi, Mr.
Small
and Mrs.
town,
wherever.
yeah.
And you'd be at work and they're like, no, call me by my first name.
It's Carl.
It's just like, I don't know that it is. I don't know that it is.
Yeah.
It took me a long time for some of them.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever run into that, but yeah. Like
having worked with my friends' parents. No, not really.
Or just seeing them as an adult, like you're meeting them more as like a peer, but they're not a peer because they're an adult.
Yeah.
And you're not. Like people that used to work at the school that we used to go to.
Right. Well,
seeing
actually,
teachers
yeah,
out,
okay.
like
yeah.
Mr. Mrs.
I do have an example of that. A certain group of high school teachers that I will not name drop because
I know that was so hard because I was going to say.
Yeah, we shouldn't name drop them because maybe they'll hear this because, it can happen. But there's a group of them that when I was younger, so I graduated from high school and then I started to work at East Sides.
Mm-hmm.
They'd come out to East Sides all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it was all the teachers you speculated that were hanging out that you thought they would be like tight, and the ones that you thought were like maybe, dating or whatever, right? Is all this shit. Like, but it's like they're here. They're all together. It's funny just because that's like you were saying, like they grow up, now they're not your teacher anymore. Now you're serving them beers, Yeah. It's kind of funny, right?
Yeah, that's
switch.
weird.
It's that switch because they're
really
people
weird.
too. They're allowed to do that. There's nothing wrong with what they're doing.
But when you're a kid, you don't think they're people.
They're just, they're your teachers.
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah.
It is weird.
Yeah, I do know what you're talking about with that switch, right? Different stories.
Yeah, they're like, oh, call me this. It's like,
yeah.
No.
It was funny. Yeah.
I don't know that I can.
It was funny growing up and then serving them. Then for years you'd see them and they'd all come out together, a group of friends.
Yeah. Like one of my brother's public school teachers, he used to drop off computers for my dad because my dad used to fix them up and then donate them.
Yeah.
And he'd come over and you'd be like, oh, hi, Mr. So-and-so. He's like, oh, call me. Oh, it's this. Nope.
Nope.
And also he was strict and scary. So then that felt even more unnatural because it's like, no, you're terrifying. I'm not calling you by your first name. You're a scary adult. Hell no, Mr. So-and-so.
Mr. So-and-so.
Yep. Nope.
I love it. This game we play, we can't say names, but like, fuck, I wish I could tell you all these people.
Oh my God, me too.
And
I'm sure everyone knows what we're talking about, the ones who've grown up here and
or
gone
if you're
to the
those
school.
people that I served beers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good to see you. You're just people being people.
Yeah, people being people, but it's weird.
It is weird. It's a switch, and we should switch again. Listener submission time.
Yeah. Listener submission.
This one comes from you.
We're keeping going with the trend on the listener submission. We've been pretty consistent.
It's awesome.
Yeah, we're loving it.
Loving it. Keep it coming. We've talked about, at this point, you've heard us talk about pasta. So like nothing's off the table.
Yeah,
stuff's off the table, but just
but we'll cross that bridge when we get.
We'll cross that bridge when we get
I feel
there.
like even if it was off the table, we might broach it.
Yeah.
Delicately.
Well, I don't want to talk about politics,
Oh, no.
I don't want to talk about religion, but like fun stuff.
Yeah. We like to keep it light.
Fun stuff. Like,
but we could go.
This one's good. This one's different. This one's
Yeah,
different.
this one is. Yeah, let's not get into off because I feel like that was
exactly
edging away. So unfortunately, I wasn't thinking and I did not confirm if I can say their name or not. So I'm just going to sidestep it
She'll know
just
who
to
she
be
is.
respectful.
It's a
She knows
she.
who
It's
she
a she.
is. Hell yeah, she does. Yeah, girl.
Yeah.
Anyway, she asked me what I thought of the new Linkin Park album, the new Linkin Park lead singer.
Yeah.
And this is going to blow your mind. I said I had to say that I didn't know because weird thing about me, I used to drive people around who wouldn't want the radio on or who couldn't hear unless I had the radio off.
Yeah.
So now I've gotten used to driving in silence.
For real?
For real.
You drive in silence? Dana.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll put like a pod on or something.
Podcast for sure.
But not always. Like I can do
that either shows one of two things. Here's my knee-jerk reaction, all right? That either shows that you're completely sane or completely fucking nuts. Now here's where I'm going to explain that.
Go for it.
You're completely sane because you don't have the voices in your head driving you fucking nuts that like you need to listen to a podcast or music.
Yeah.
That's me. If it's silent, fuck that. My brain just doesn't know how to stop. So I need sometimes something else to distract my thoughts. So that's why I love podcasts.
Yeah.
Someone else having a conversation is better than me overthinking the fuck out of shit in my head. Or like driving in silence, I'm going to put some music on or a podcast. There's no fucking way I do any driving in silence unless you're driving a rocking car with a sweet exhaust and you've got the windows down. It's fall. It's crispy. The turbo's hitting just nice and you're just hearing the fucking exhaust pop out the back. That's your radio. But not if you're driving a Yaris. Not if you're driving a minivan. You put some shit on. You put some fucking sweet tunes, some podcast. If you're in silence, that again means your head's in a good space that you don't have to worry about all that shit, or you're completely fucking psycho that you're not worrying about that shit.
Honestly, like I think it's a bit from column A and a little from column B.
Yeah.
Because it's not like the voices in my head driving me insane. However, I can easily just think about stuff for the whole time and just have my mind wander. Like I just said about how this entire week
that's what put you on the crazy.
Christina!
That's my point. That's what put you on the crazy part is that the voices are there.
Yeah.
You're not concerned.
But they're not bad. Like it's funny, light stuff.
That's good. See?
Sometimes
that's good.
We all have it where we think about like past things from grade 5 or an embarrassing thing or if we're just working through some stuff. But no, I'm not. The way I see it is also, I get what you're saying and it's all fair and it's all good. I also am not afraid to be alone with my thoughts.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You're confident enough to be rocking around with no fucking music? To me, not a chance.
But I don't even know if this is true, and anybody can correct me, but I read or heard that not everybody has an inner monologue.
So what are they doing?
Right?
I guess those are the dumb fucks you see out there. You're wondering who's fucking slammed the car door off your door, not returning cards and all that.
Like when you think about stuff, how are you thinking about it if you don't have an inner monologue?
Right.
And I get it. Not everybody's the same in the way that
I just kind of picture it as like when you were in kindergarten, you had those like that deck of cards with an apple, a worm, a tree. That's just your brain. It's just like flick, food, work, lunch. Because in my mind, it's like, all right, we're doing this and we're going to do this. We're going to get this done. And, like.
Yeah. And it just wanders or like I say all the time, it's wild up here. So I don't think anybody's really surprised that happens. Although they are because who the fuck drives around in silence?
Dana does.
Not a lot. But yeah, sometimes I'll put something on my phone or whatever. But it was something I got used to. I just got used to it.
Wow.
So I wouldn't just in between or whatever turn it on. And I don't even notice it anymore. I know. Anyway,
back to Linkin Park.
yeah.
So
Did we even say what the question? Yeah, we did.
What did we think of the new Linkin Park album with the new
But
singer
I
since
knew that would blow
Chester?
your mind.
Yeah, he's gone. So
Yeah.
it's a new one.
R.I.P. to him.
So Dana hits me up midweek. She's like, I've got this listener question. Have you listened to the new Linkin Park? I said, well, I have heard the new song on the radio pretty much every hour, every day. It's overplayed, which is a problem, right? So
Yeah.
it might have been a good song. I don't think it is anymore. Actually, that's not fair. I'm just over it. So I heard it 100 million times on the radio.
Yeah, it got ruined.
I do know that song, but I hadn't heard the whole album. I had heard all the drama behind it, coming up with the singer.
Yeah.
I heard Chester's mom doesn't like her and his kid, I guess, doesn't like her. They had a few shows to kind of test her out, and really, because for a while Linkin Park hadn't done anything. Since Chester passed, they just went away. So they kind of came back and they had a few shows with this chick. I'm sorry, I don't know her name. I should know that, but
Me neither.
sorry. Yeah,
that's okay.
New
Our bad.
singer. It's a girl. It used to be Chester. It's a girl now. I think her name's Emily, but don't hold me to that.
No.
But she comes in. She does some shows with them. It hits YouTube. We've all kind of seen it. If you follow Linkin Park, you've seen it. We haven't all seen it, but
yeah, I was gonna say
yeah. So I saw the performances, so I knew what she sounded like. For me, it's not the same, and that's obvious because he's gone.
Yeah.
It's a different person. It's a different gender. It's a swap, right? So it's not important that it's just. It's not the same, and nothing ever will be. When you lose your singer, you'll lose your singer. It's just the way it is. So she's stepping into big shoes, and I feel like she should get credit for taking that step.
Absolutely,
because there've been plenty of artists in the past that have been eaten alive by a fan base because they replaced somebody. They didn't ask for that person to quit or get fired or die. They're just in that person's position, but the fans don't often, sometimes they're not cool about it.
And replacing a lead singer,
that's a big step.
It's not replacing a guitarist. It's not replacing a drummer or bassist. It's your lead singer.
Big move.
It's the sound of the band.
It's the sound of the band. So, I mean, that was coming into this album. That was basically what you had to get used to. It's going to be a different singer. So anyway, she hits me up. Says, yeah, you got to review this album. I was like, all right, cool.
We got to listen to it.
Yeah, listener submission. I was like, all right, I'll listen to the album because I want to be ready.
They want to know what we think.
Yeah, so I listened to the album twice, did my homework. I'm like, all right, fucking got this down. Dana comes over, like, we're ready to fucking record. She's like,
tonight.
I was like, have you listened to the album? She's like, oh, about that. I kind of forgot. I was like, well, we got time. So
kind of, as in definitely totally forgot and didn't do anything, literally nothing.
Yeah, she brought up the idea. But anyway, we did our due diligence. We did listen to the album.
We did.
Got it in. So what'd you think?
I'm with you. It's not the same. It's not the same.
It's not.
And it's not going to be the same.
Yeah.
It's a different vibe.
Yeah.
It's a different vibe.
Different vibe altogether. I forgot to mention, though.
It's not bad.
Yes.
But yeah, you go.
The guitar player quit too.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of did those shows and he was in, but when it came to recording the new album and being on the tour, I don't know how much he was on the album, but I know he's not in the band anymore. So that's another thing, right? Like,
that's one more.
A couple pieces of soul gone, you know what I mean? Like, a band is a thing, right? And yeah, there's lots of bands that have changed members and moved around. Members have changed to different bands. They've swapped and this and that, and it works sometimes.
Yeah.
But it
does.
It's a move.
Yeah.
It's a move.
It is a move. I agree. Huge shoes to fill.
Yeah.
So kudos to her for even stepping into that role, stepping
brave.
Up to the plate. Yeah, real
she's
brave.
She's got a lot. She's got balls there, you know what I mean? She's ready to take on challenges.
But just start a new band.
Well, she came from another band. Or are you talking about Linkin Park?
The Linkin Park. Yeah, just call it something different. It's just,
True. But I mean, it's easy for us to say.
Like, it's the Barney Stinson. Like, just, okay.
But if those guys have been Linkin Park, I know what you're saying. Mm-hmm. But I'm trying to, for them, I get it. But yeah, it's happened in the past. You lose a couple members, you change the name and keep on going. It happens. But
it does happen. And it has happened successfully and unsuccessfully. However, when we were listening to the album, there was one song she did really sound like Chester.
Yeah.
Because I even asked you.
Is that him? Yeah.
Are they using like both her and him
Yeah.
in the song? Like, is this a song that he already had recorded for the album before he passed?
Yeah.
So, but the rest of it to me, and I'm really dating myself here.
Yeah.
But the rest of her sound really reminded me of the band Kitty from back in the day.
Absolutely.
They were this hardcore female band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
And they were good, but that's exactly who I thought of immediately when I heard her go.
I like that you brought
thought
that
of
up.
Kitty.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Sounds like Kitty sometimes.
Yeah, and hey, if you've never heard of them, go check out Kitty.
Spotify,
and see what you think.
Yeah,
see
check
if
out
you
this Linkin
agree
Park
with
album,
my
too.
analogy on how they sound similar, or if you think I'm way out to left, go for it.
Yeah, check out these albums. Spotify makes things easy for this. That's why for us, we were easy to review this album in like a half an hour because internet's crazy.
Internet's so crazy.
Internet's so crazy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we both agree the album was good.
Yeah.
It's not bad music.
No.
It's just not Linkin Park.
I didn't hate my life while it was going on.
Yeah, it didn't suck.
Yeah, it didn't
She
suck.
did a good job. They did a good job. It's just for me, a Linkin Park fan growing up listening to them.
Agreed.
It's just different, and it's just not bringing what I was used to.
I'm not all in.
I'm not all in. Exactly. And I've seen Linkin Park live, so for me, it's tough to change what I've seen to what it is now. And that's no one's fault because it's just the way she goes. But it's tough to change your singer. Like, not many bands have successfully done that. AC/DC has.
Yes, they have successfully done that, for sure.
Bon Scott was amazing.
Amazing.
And would be amazing if he was still around. But he unfortunately passed away, and they had to replace him, and they did it. And the guy they got just unlocked a different version of AC/DC that was also fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? So, like, it's such a cool transition. The pre-Brian Johnson days.
Yeah.
And it's just like.
And when Brian sings the Bon Scott songs, they're
he's still good at it. Yeah.
Yes. They did it successfully.
Yeah. Not easy to do.
Not easy to do.
Right? It's crazy. Like Black Sabbath, they got rid of Ozzy for a while, and no disrespect to all the people that did it. Like, it was Ronnie James Dio and a bunch of other guys, and their songs are great. But it was not like it was when Ozzy was on the vocals. You know what I mean? It was different.
The Dixie Chicks did that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, it's a move.
INXS did it, but I don't know how successful or not successful. I feel like they had mediocre success with that. INXS did.
Yeah.
But I mean, hot take, I kind of think INXS was a little mediocre.
Yeah. I don't care for them.
Is that fair to say? They're not bad,
I'm
but
with you.
They're not like this be-all, end-all band. Now, for some Gen Xers, I'm very aware that they are.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm treading hella light.
Yeah, hella light.
But I don't know, like pretty sure it's Adam Lambert. I think he did a pretty good am I not right on that?
I don't know.
Oh, fuck. Okay. The way you were looking at me,
I was like,
I was
Lambert.
scared.
I recognize the name. He was in
Am I
Queen.
embarrassing myself?
Yeah, he was in Queen for a bit.
Oh, is that what he did? I thought he did INXS.
Adam Lambert, the guy from one of them singing shows.
Yeah.
He ended up
I've
being,
got that wrong.
So Queen went on tour for a while there, and he was the singer.
So I got that wrong. But I think INXS did that. Okay.
Fuck if I know.
I know. But anyone help me out here.
Yeah, hit her up.
Like, let me know.
DM this chick.
Am I out to lunch? Am I correct on this? I don't know.
We're not Googling it.
No.
But I just want to say one more thing about like replacing band members. Like Leonard Skinner, let's talk about that.
Oh my God.
Fucking plane crash takes out like a lot of the members. The OG members were gone. And they rebuilt, and they sounded just as good, if not better, than when they were. And that's no disrespect to who came before them.
No.
All these like people we're talking about, like they had amazing careers before they died.
One of my
so for anyone to come in, like, it's wild.
One of my favorite bands, Heart, but I feel like they were looking for a singer.
Yes. I remember that story.
Yes.
I've heard that story.
Yeah.
But it worked out.
Fuck. Ann Wilson is just a god.
Heart's so good.
Oh, she's just, I am not worthy. She's just right up there.
It's got a good sound. The guitar tone's awesome too. Like
even in their sellout years, I was with you. Hell yeah.
They all go through
Ann
it.
Wilson.
They're in it to make money, you know?
Yeah. Their journey was a little tragic. That was back when people really gave you the gears about being a sellout. Now, nobody even thinks twice.
It's awesome if you're on a video. If you're on a commercial or a video, people love it now. It's not a problem.
Whereas before they'd be, oh, boo, you're a fucking sellout. Yeah, you corporate stooge.
Yeah.
How much did they pay for your soul?
Exactly. I remember those days.
Yeah.
Fucking sellouts.
Yeah, fucking sellouts. And now people sell out all day, every day. Which
that's what you want to do. You fucking make money.
You do now, but back then you didn't. And when it was becoming more acceptable, like, I don't know. But at the same time, when an offer like that comes towards you, how do you say no? Especially if maybe you're struggling a bit.
Probably
How do you say no to selling out?
Aren't we all?
Oh, God, isn't that true? I would love to sell out. If there's any product that would like to just pimp me the fuck out for it, maybe not everyone.
I'll do most things as well.
Yeah.
I'm in on that.
I mean, there are lines for sure that I won't cross.
Absolutely.
But, we can always talk. Well, I'll do a bit for money, and I know you will too. Like, we'll do a bit for money. Like,
I'll do a lot for money.
Yeah.
Times are tough.
Yeah, they are.
I got shit to fucking deal with, and I don't have money to deal with it.
I got stuff to pay for, so.
I got big fucking money problems, and I can't fucking pay for them. That's the way she goes. That's life, you know what I mean?
So if like you want to hit us up in the DMs, we can talk about this stuff.
I'll sell the fuck out.
Yeah, exactly. I'll sell the fuck out too, especially if you're coming to me with that corporate stuff.
Shit.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So,
a little shoulder action there.
What'd you think of the new Linkin Park album? What's our overall for the submission? Let's round it out.
I'm a meh.
Yeah, meh.
That's how I feel.
It's a short album, half an hour. Singer did a good job at singing, just wasn't feeling. Wasn't Linkin Park to me, and sorry if that offends people, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah. That the girl didn't do bad.
Yeah.
It's just not
Linkin Park to me.
Well, like I said, I went to the Classic Seeger last week with my mom.
Yeah.
And it was okay.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. It's not the guy. It's not the guy.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. But kudos to her, but yeah. It's not for me. And I don't think it'll grow either. I don't feel like it's going to grow on me. Because sometimes I hear stuff and I think, well, it's really not for me, or, I don't like that, or
and you
whatever.
do it a couple of times and
then it grows on you. I don't see this growing on me.
Same.
Yeah. I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah. That's where we're at.
Yeah. So, medium. Meh.
Thanks for the submission.
Yeah, lukewarm. Yeah, thank you so much for the submission. And man, keep them coming, you guys.
Coming, yeah.
And again, like we said, we'll sell out. So if there's something you want to talk about as well,
fuck yeah,
let us know.
But
yeah, anything you want to talk about, opinions, Emma the Assholes, any sort of review on anything, you want to know our thoughts on stuff, we'll let you know.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's it this week. I'm calling it there.
All right.
May 24th, Kitchener Auditorium.
Yeah.
Sandemonium. Don't forget.
Yeah.
We'll end it at that.
Well, then hit it.
Hit it.
There you go.